Mortgage rates are going to be down by 6% at the end of the year, or are they? Reports earlier in the year indicated mortgage interest rates were going to go down pretty drastically this year, but we still haven't seen any major interest rate cuts. What's going on with interest rates? Are they going up? Are they going down? Should you wait for interest rates to go down before you buy? And how low are they going to get this year? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. You probably already know interest rates started to rise pretty drastically a couple of years ago. This was in part to fight inflation. The Federal Reserve, which is a government institution that influences interest rates, started to raise the interest rate pretty aggressively, and it made the housing market do a complete 180 from a market that was really hot to a pretty cold market in some areas. Now, just to be clear, real estate is hyper-local, so you might be in a market where it's still red hot, or you could be in a market that has gotten pretty cold, or somewhere in between. Late last year, the interest rate started to go pretty high. In the fourth quarter, it got to about 8%, but then it started to drop pretty drastically, about 1% within just a few weeks. There's speculation that in 2024, we should expect interest rates to go down pretty significantly. The Mortgage Bankers Association and other mortgage entities were expecting the Federal Reserve to start lowering the interest rate soon in 2024, and people are predicting that the summer selling season was going to be pretty hot because interest rates were going to go down and more homeowners would be interested in selling. The thought was there was going to be more homes on the market and the buying conditions would be a little bit better than what they've been within the last couple of years. And this was really going to create a perfect storm for sellers and buyers, because sellers were still going to be able to sell at top dollar, but they were going to be able to trade in their lower interest rate for obviously a higher interest rate, but not super high. And then of course, buyers would actually have homes to buy. Are you ready to take the next step towards becoming a homeowner? Go to workwithdanG.com and let me be your guide. I'll set you up with a trusted real estate agent, a free home buyer's course, and share some resources like an affordability calculator. Let's make your dream of becoming a homeowner a reality. But the Federal Reserve has made it pretty clear that they don't plan on dropping the interest rate right now. And in my opinion, they've been pretty transparent about that for a little while. The fact that there is all the speculation that interest rates were going to get lower so quickly was a little surprising. Now we're seeing people starting to take back what they were saying before. What's going to happen in 2024? Can we expect an interest rate of 6%? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Well, currently, as of this recording, interest rates are about 7%. And really, I feel like they've been fluctuating quite a bit, and this really has to do with market speculation. And people have been speculating. And it seems like when different reports come out, the market reacts and is overcorrecting in either way. If there's a good report about the employment rate, then we'll see the interest rate drop, maybe 0.5%. But in the opposite direction, if we see that the employment rate isn't doing as well, or there's something that comes out about the Treasury report or something like that, then these mortgage masterminds look at it and then they're like, okay, that's causing them concern, and then the interest rates rise. This is kind of the nature of the beast, so to speak, but in an unstable economy, the fluctuations seem a bit more drastic than what they once were. When it comes to predictions, it's really hard to be able to figure out what's going to go on. I don't know if I'm really certain that interest rates will go down to 6% by the end of the year, but there is speculation. So if you are someone who's thinking about buying a home soon, but you are depending on those interest rates going down, you could be disappointed because I don't believe it's a guarantee that interest rates are going to go down significantly this year. What I would recommend for someone who's looking to buy a home this year, but they really need to have as low interest rate as possible, because if you're not familiar, the lower the interest rate, the lower your monthly mortgage payment will be. So obviously that's very important to many people. What I would suggest is having a close relationship with your lender. I recommend that you speak to at least 3 lenders before deciding which lender you're going to go with. Each lender will be able to offer you different products, deals, whatever. And another important key to the puzzle here is with these fluctuating interest rates, you may want to look into getting a rate lock, which basically means that you can get the lowest rate possible for your situation. Regardless if the rates get higher, you'll be able to get that rate that you locked in. So if you lock in an interest rate of 6.5%, but interest rates jump to 7% soon after, you would be able to get the interest rate of 6.5%. Now there are stipulations to this. It most likely will cost you money, either upfront or it's added to the loan. And then there are stipulations like the rate lock only lasts for so long. Of course, you can extend it, but that's more money. So that's why it's important to talk to different lenders, ask them about rate locks, how it works, how much money are things, how long does the rate lock last for, if you extend, what does that look like, things like that. You really want to educate yourself on what each lender offers so you can decide which lender it makes sense to go with. Should you buy a home this year with how unpredictable the interest rates are? Well, my thought is if you're sort of on the cusp of being able to afford afford a home or not, and you really have to be extremely diligent and get the lowest interest rate possible, or you won't even qualify for the loan, then I think for someone in that situation, I really wouldn't suggest buying now. For people who are buying right now, my preference is for them to be financially stable. And even if the interest rates do fluctuate a little bit, it's not necessarily going to make or break them being able to buy a home. With home prices and interest rates as high as they are, and add on top of that an unstable economy, I just don't think it makes sense to force a square peg into a round hole. This is a very challenging market, maybe one of the most challenging of our lifetime. So you just want to make sure that you're making the right decision for yourself. Ultimately, no one knows for sure what interest rates will be. My best guess is that we might see 6.5% this year, maybe 6% by the end of the year, but who really knows? I don't think we're going to see interest rates rise significantly like we did last year, but again, it's really hard to say. Leaning on your lender and shopping around for the best loan for your situation will probably be your best bet to get the lowest monthly payment possible on your mortgage. If you found this video helpful, please like and comment to let me know. Thanks for watching the video to the end.